Good evening. Welcome to Hastings Mystery Theater. I am your host and mechanized mystery master, Randall Robot. Tonight, the corridors of mystery take us back to
Good evening. Welcome to Hastings Mystery Theater. I'm your host and mystery master, Randall Schaefer. Tonight, the corridors of mystery take us to 1940 for a Warner Brothers production, Murder in the Air. In 1940, America was not yet involved in the Second World War, but we knew it was just a matter of time. Movies about spies seeking to undermine U.S. military and industrial might were as numerous as they were popular. Tonight's movie, Murder in the Air, is the last of the four Warner Brothers films about a young, handsome Secret Service agent battling fifth columnists during the pre-war years. The agent's name is Brass Bancroft. How macho is that? And the actor who portrays Brass Bancroft is a popular B-movie actor of the day. You may have heard of him. His name was Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan was born in Tampico, Illinois in 1911, and after graduating from Eureka College, began a career as a radio sports broadcaster. He went to Hollywood in 1937 and worked in movies, radio, and television until he decided to focus on his political career in 1964. Three of the four films in the Brass Bancroft series have the word Secret Service in the title, but the plots contain nothing about guarding the president or chasing counterfeiters. So just think of Brass Bancroft as a generic federal agent and it all makes sense. Ronald Reagan once described the quality of his Hollywood B-movies, saying producers didn't want them good, they wanted them Thursday. There might have been more Brass Bancroft movies, but after Pearl Harbor, Ronald Reagan enlisted in the Army, where bad eyesight limited him to stateside duties. He was assigned to the Army's motion picture unit, where he made training films for the Army and information films for release to civilian audiences.
They were a hand-picked American mixture of draftees and West Pointers, of butchers, teachers, and bankers.
After the war, he continued in movies.
Wait a minute. Kit, are you in love with him and not with me?
I guess I am, George.
Then television, then politics. He did quite well in politics. You may have heard. Let's return to 1940 and watch a future president of the United States foil the spies seeking to destroy America. Enjoy Murder in the Air.
Sorry to spoil any plans you may have made for the weekend, but I have a job for you that needs immediate attention.
Well, you won't spoil anything for me, but it was apt to prove a bit embarrassing for Gabby.
Embarrassing ain't the word for it, Mr. Saxby. I'm in a jam. I told my girl I was going to take her to Atlantic City and get married.
That's too bad, Gabby. Maybe you can clean up this assignment, get back in time to keep your Atlantic City date.
I hope so. Marriage has always been a very important thing to me.
What's the job?
A westbound freight loaded with war supplies for the Orient was wrecked last night, about 20 miles west of Albany.
Sabotage?
Yes, but we're principally interested in the body of a hobo that was found dead in the wreckage. He was wearing a money belt containing $50,000.
Little spending money. He must have been king of the hobos.
Local authorities have notified the Treasury Department because they think the money is counterfeit.
Well, it probably is, or he wouldn't be beating his way.
Here's the wire I got from the Chief of Police at Albany. There's a plane standing by for you, so good luck.
Thanks.
Gabby?
Bye, Mr. Saxby.
Hey, Gabby. Come on, what's the matter?
Oh, I'm worried about my girl.
All right, so if you can't keep the date tonight, she'll cry on her mother's shoulder.
That's just what I'm worried about. She hasn't got a mother.
Come on.
You can see for yourself what a slim chance there is of identifying him when there's no face left to photograph. Unless you can do something with that tattoo mark on his arm.
Maybe the FBI's got his fingerprint record. Did you get a good rolled impression?
You bet. I'll stack my fingerprint man against anybody in the country.
That's a break. Well, if you don't mind, I'd like to look at everything you found on him.
Everything's right here. Not a single mark of identification on the clothing, not even a laundry mark.
Well, maybe the guy had a good reason for concealing his identity.
Sure. If this money is counterfeit.
Gabby.
Gabby!
Oh, yes, sir. Come here, take a look at this currency. What do you think of it?
I wish somebody'd give me $1 million like it. If the money's genuine, maybe he's wanted for knocking over a bank.
Well, we'll know more about that when we check the serial numbers. I'd like to take all this stuff back to Washington with me so our laboratory can go to work on it.
Okay, I'll get you a suitcase so you can carry it.
Oh, and, Chief, don't give out any information on the dead man or the $50,000.
Don't worry. They won't print a thing without my okay.
Thanks. Gabby, I think we've hit on something big.
What do you mean?
The tattoo mark on the dead man's arm.
What tattoo mark?
Come here, I'll show you.
Oh, no. Wait a minute. Wait. Come here. Just tell me about it.
Well, do you know what it means?
Sure. He was a sailor.
Listen, that circle and arrow tattooed in his arm is the sign of an international ring of spies and saboteurs whose services are for sale to whoever will buy them.
No.
Say, don't you ever read any of those books they give us?
Now, just a minute, Brass. Don't forget our working agreement. You're the brains of this team, but I'm the brawn.
All right, Braun. When the suitcase comes back, lug this stuff over to the airport.
My girl. Phone my girl. Hello, operator. Give me long distance.
Hello? Oh, hello, dear. I'm so excited. Isn't it wonderful? Where are you?
I'm in the morgue.
Are you dead?
No, dear.
Well, you will be if you don't hurry over here right away.
Well, no, now just let me explain to you. Yes, dear. But I know, sweetheart. No, I'll be there, darling. No, dear. Yes, dear. Well, I'm trying to tell you, dear. It won't be long now. I know, dear. Yes. No. No. Yes. No. No. Brass! Brass! Brass!
You boys stumbled on something much bigger than we ever dreamed of. I believe it's the break we've been waiting for. Here's the FBI file on the wrecked victim. Mean anything to you?
Steve Swanko. The fellow the FBI's been trying to get hold of so long.
Federal enemy number 1.
arson, labor rioting, industrial sabotage, impersonating a sailor in the U.S. Navy.
You'll note further on in the file where he was deported as an undesirable alien in 1936 after serving a term at McNeil Island.
Why was he beating his way on a freight train when he had $50,000?
Because the FBI was aware that he was back in the United States. They were watching every key steamer dock, railroad terminal, airport, and bus line. Swenko was very likely on his way to another job, someplace out west, of course. He was on a westbound train. That's not very much help to us at the moment.
Wait a minute. Look. Well, smack me down and call me names. What a spot for a married man to keep his money overnight. That's if I ever get around to getting married.
Vessels, arrivals, and departures.
Maybe it's a code.
No, I don't think there's any way to decode that. It's a blind. This may be what we're looking for.
And it's blank.
I'm not so sure. Have the laboratory send a chemist over right away. Joe Garvey, Harbor Hotel, San Pedro, California.
Say, I was reading about a Joe Garvey in the paper this morning. He's scheduled to appear before the Rice Committee investigating un-American activities.
Yes, he's also the leader of an alleged patriotic society called Loyal Naturalized Americans, Incorporated. Brother 321, this letter will serve as an introduction and identification of Steve Swenko, number 685, whose services you requested in your letter of July 6th. For the purpose of security, he will use the name Steve Cole.
Why, it's the dead hobo.
Yes, the most dangerous saboteur in the country. That's how important our discovery is. Collins, have an exact facsimile made of that. Identical chemicals and papers, just as we found it.
Yes, sir.
Nice work, Gabby. Remind me to send you a wedding present.
Thanks. And thanks for reminding me I'm going to be married. I almost forgot.
Yes, Chief? Get me the House of Representatives. I want to speak to Courtney Rice, chairman of the committee investigating un-American activities.
Yes,
sir. I'll arrange to have lunch with Rice and give him some bombshells to throw at Garvey. In the meantime, you boys better stand by to await developments.
All right. Mr. Garvey, will you kindly explain to this committee just what is the purpose of your society of loyal, naturalized Americans?
Gladly, sir. Our society was organized to promote 100% Americanism among citizens of foreign birth like myself, who feel they owe a debt of gratitude to the great nation which has adopted them. And, at present, to lend voice to the plea of all earnest citizens to preserve American neutrality at any cost.
Do you consider labor riots, unlawful assembly, and industrial sabotage your definition of at any cost?
I do not. I presume you are referring to the lying accusations made against us by the capitalist propaganda agents?
We have been hearing testimony to the effect that your society is secretly affiliated with an international spy ring, having headquarters in London.
That is too ridiculous to brand as a lie.
Then you wouldn't know a man named Steve Swenko.
Steve Swenko? I have never heard of him.
Hiya, Chief.
Come on in, boys. As we suspected, this Joe Garvey, who appeared before the Rice Committee, is the same party that Swenko was traveling west to contact. So I have an assignment for you, Brass. But before you accept, I want you to know that this is apt to be the toughest job you ever tackled. You'll have nothing to guide you but the sketchy history of a dead man and your own wits. You'll be playing the part of Steve Swenko, alias Cole, saboteur. And you, Gabby, will be his sole contact with the service.
Why couldn't I be the saboteur's brother? I have enough Swenko, or his aunt, or his uncle, or something.
Unfortunately, no. The situation requires that one of you operate outside the society, act as a lifeline. There's just one more thing I want to warn you about. If the California authorities should happen to nab you as Swenko or Cole, play the game through. But I don't have to tell you that. Well, we've just time to eat dinner and get over to the airport. So I suggest we discuss any further details at dinner.
Holy Hannah!
What's the matter?
I'm supposed to marry my girl tonight.
I'm sorry, Gabby. I'm afraid it'll be quite a few weeks before she sees you again.
Oh, how am I ever going to square myself with her for running out on her?
Why, assert your manhood. Tell her to either wait for you or marry somebody else.
That's what I'll do. I'll tell her. You're going to push me around anymore. Not even married to her yet. Just tell me what to do, where to go.
You worm.
I can't. I won't. I won't tell her.
Hey, get up, Gabby. We got a lot of work to do.
Oh, my poor stomach. Flying always upsets me like this. Makes me feel like I want to give up the service.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah. What I need is a few days lounging around in the California sunshine and fresh air.
Well, that's just what you're going to do.
Yeah?
Yeah. Report to the Acme Taxi Cab Company. Just show them your credentials, and they'll give you a uniform and your own little taxi.
Oh, why don't we lounge around Los Angeles a couple of days? Just sort of get used to the climate. You know, a fellow's blood gets thin out here.
Well, thick or thin, I want to contact the local office and get the ball rolling tonight.
Oh!
What's the matter, your stomach?
No, my girl. I forgot to tell her where I am. And she's all packed waiting for me.
I hope.
Oh. Oh.
Gabby! Gabby!
Oh, I just hit another air pocket. Operator, this is Mr. Waters. I want to get Washington, D.C. Capital 140. Yes, I'm sick. Nevertheless, that's the number. 14000.
Hello?
Hello, Dolly baby. This is Gabby. Are you unpacked?
Yes, I'm unpacked, you rat.
So I'm a rodent. That's good. Guess where I am?
In the morgue, I hope.
No, baby. I'm in sunny California.
California?
She hung up on me.
Good.
No, bad.
That's good.
Bad. She's coming out here.
That is bad. Don't forget you to pick me up not later than 7 o'clock.
Brass!
Don't tell me you hit another air pocket.
Oh. Call me at 6:30.
How much?
$4.95.
Just $5, bud. Keep the change.
Thanks, sailor.
Got a room? Yes, sir. Is there Joe Garvey living here?
No, sir.
Well, in case he comes in looking for me, send him up.
Okay.
Take this gent up to 208.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Kramer.
Yeah?
Some letters for you.
Thanks. Thanks.
Looking for Joe Garvey? Yeah, come in. You Garvey?
No. What do you want to see him about?
Well, that's my business. Where can I find him?
In jail. Come in, Morris.
Hey, what's the big idea?
This is the idea, get it? I think we caught ourselves another wobbly. Give him a frisk. What'd you want to see Garvey about?
I wanted to ask him for a job. A friend of mine told me to look him up.
What'd you want to see Garvey about? Oh, a little hard of hearing, huh? Come on, get up. Get him up.
You won't get away with this, Flatfoot. I'm a law-abiding citizen.
Huh, get that? He's a law-abiding citizen. How you rats love Uncle Sam when you get caught in a trap. All right, strip him. Where'd you get that tattoo mark?
Coney Island. A sailor put it on me when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah? You mean when you joined the Reds?
You haven't got a thing on me.
You better start singing what you know about the society if you know what's good for you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I might even throw a little chunk of dough your way if you come across.
I don't need dough that bad.
All right, let's take him in. Come on.
Hey, what is this? Where are we going?
Shut up. Sit down.
Glad to know you, Swenko.
It's the idea of calling me Swenko. Co's my name. And who are you?
I am Joe Garvey.
You're Joe Garvey.
Yes? You have a letter for me, I believe.
How do I know you're Garvey?
Ships, arrivals, departures.
You know what to do with it.
Accept our apologies, Swenko, or should I say Co. We need a man whose talents come so highly recommended. And now you can relax. You are amongst friends.
Friends? Bosom pals. What's the idea of slapping me around?
Just taking no chances. After my session with the Rice Committee, we have undoubtedly been under federal surveillance.
Thought I was a Fed, huh? Just give me something to do and watch me deliver. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going back to the hotel and get some rest. This beating your way across country on a freight train is no joke.
Go ahead, Steve. I will get in touch with you. I hope there are no hard feelings.
Well, there won't be after I use some liniment.
Sorry, pal.
That's all right.
Yes, ma'am?
How do you do? Is Mr. Steve Swenko living here?
No, ma'am. Nobody by that name stopping here.
Are you sure?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that's strange. You see, he was supposed to be here a week ago.
I'm sorry.
Well, I'm Mrs. Steve Swenko, and if he should come in, will you please tell him that his wife will be at 22104 Sunset Boulevard?
22104 Sunset.
That's it. Thank you.
Hello. This is Jerry. The party just asked for Steve Swenko. Said she was Mrs. Swenko.
You gave her no information? That's good. Did you say where she could be reached?
She's at 22104 Sunset Boulevard.
Okay. And she says that you knew her as Hilda Riker.
Riker? Is she a blonde, rather attractive? I think I do know her. Bring her in. Hello, Hilda.
Why, Joe. Joe Garvey. Your boys still don't miss a thing, do they?
I'm sorry to impose all this on you, but I was not sure.
It's been many years since we saw each other. The last time was in Geneva, I believe.
That is right. I'm very glad to see you again.
Thanks.
So you are Mrs. Steve Swenko, huh?
Yes.
When did you last hear from your husband?
Oh, quite a few weeks ago. He wrote me he was coming to California and that I could get in touch with him at the Harbor Hotel. But he's not there.
Oh, yes, he is. Under the name of Steve Coe.
Steve Coe?
I will have Otto drive you over.
I'll be glad to.
And drop in again with Steve, huh?
Thank you. Goodbye, Joe.
Goodbye, Hilda.
This is Mrs. Coe, Jerry.
What's Mr. Coe's room number, please?
208. Shall I tell him?
No, don't bother. He doesn't know I'm here, and I'd rather surprise him. Thanks, Otto. Steve, I beg your pardon. I was looking for Mr. Coe.
I'm Mr. Coe.
Oh, but you don't happen to be my husband.
Well, that's true. As a matter of fact, I'm here at his request using his name. Don't be alarmed. I'm a friend of his. Won't you come in?
Why didn't he come himself?
Because he couldn't. He asked me to come and carry on for him and explain to you when you showed up.
You're lying. Steve wouldn't do such a thing. What have you done to him?
Why should I waste my breath? You don't pretend to believe me.
Wait. Now talk fast and give the right answers. What's your name and where is Steve?
The last time I saw him, the meat wagon was hauling him to the morgue.
Oh, no. You're lying. You're still lying, aren't you?
I'm sorry. I wanted to break it to you gently, but, well, you asked for it the hard way. Here.
Thanks. I'll be all right. Now tell me what happened.
Well, we were beating our way west in a boxcar, and all of a sudden it wasn't a boxcar anymore. It was a pile of kindling. I did what I could for him. Before he went, he told me about you and the society. Asked me to come on to Los Angeles and wait until you showed up.
Did Steve give you something to give to me?
Yeah.
What?
50 G's in a money belt. If you'll excuse me now, I'll take it off and give it to you.
I guess I had you figured wrong. Would you like me to help you keep up the pretense?
Suit yourself. I was just trying to keep my word to a friend.
All right. If we're going to pretend, you'll have to move into my apartment.
When?
Right away. While you're getting the money, I'll start packing your things.
All right.
envelope, Steve.
I'll pay my bill. I'm checking out.
All right, Mr. Cole.
Taxi?
22104 Sunset Boulevard, please.
Right. $240.
Keep the change.
Come in. Well, how do you like the place?
It's all right.
All right, make yourself at home.
Thanks.
So you remind me of someone.
Who?
Chap I used to know in New York. He belonged to the Secret Service.
Hey, what are you talking about?
Otto.
Hey, what is this?
Your little game is finished. You were clever enough to fool Garvey and others, but not me. Otto, you might be interested to know that this man is not my husband. He's a federal agent and knows too much for his own good.
Drop it, Otto.
Your gun is not loaded, but mine is. Get him in there and finish him.
Come on, move. I'll take that.
Don't move, I got you covered.
Certainly glad you dropped in.
Oh, it was nothing.
Operator, get me police headquarters.
I'll give you $1,000 if you let me go.
Sorry, baby, can't do it.
$5,000.
No.
10.
Lady, please don't raise the ante. I can't stand it. Besides, I'm a federal man.
Hello, this is a federal agent speaking. Send your ambulance to 22104 Sunset Boulevard. That's right, apartment 305. There's been a shooting.
See who that is.
Good evening. Sorry I'm late.
Where were you between 9 and 9:30 tonight? I telephoned you.
Having dinner with my wife.
Oh, yes, of course. Sit down. Steve, I have a job for you. Probably the most difficult job you have ever tackled. At least the most dangerous.
That's interesting. What is it?
And he's probably Otto. Let him in.
Chief, I can't locate Otto. I've looked all over for him.
That is strange. Didn't you see him at the hotel with Mrs. Swenko?
Yeah, I saw him for a few minutes. Maybe he had an accident.
I hope not. But we can proceed without him. Now, Steve. Dr. Finchley, chairman of the League of Nations Committee to Outlaw War, and in this country on an important mission, is en route by plane with Admiral Winfield, chief of the U.S. Bureau of Naval Operations, to Sunnyvale, California. There they will board the U.S. dirigible Mason and observe her test as a defense arm in the current war games.
Oh, pardon my interrupting, but what's this got to do with me?
More than you will ever dream of, my friend. But I am not at liberty to divulge it. But it is going to be our job to place you aboard that dirigible. You think it can be done?
Yeah. It won't be easy.
Well, why couldn't we snatch one of the crew and put Steve in his place?
Nah, it wouldn't work. The executive officer spotted a strange face the minute I stepped aboard. It's lucky I served a hitch in the Navy. There's only one way it can be done.
And how is that?
A transfer order signed by the senior officer present in a float. But only a Navy man could get away with it. It means going aboard at the last minute when it's too late for verification.
And how do we get one of these transfer orders?
I know a guy who'll forge anything from a check to a passport. I can show him what I want.
You have solved the problem, Steve. I am depending on you to get aboard that dirigible.
Good night.
Good night.
I guess that must be it. No, I can't tell you how much the information means to me. I've been too much in the dark lately. Yeah. I'll do it. All right, Mr. Saxby.
Come on, Gib, I'm dying with suspense.
Well, it seems the spy ring has designs on the greatest war weapon ever invented, which, by the way, is the exclusive property of Uncle Sam.
Yeah, well, what is it?
The inertia projector.
The nervous objector?
The inertia projector. It's a device for throwing electrical waves capable of paralyzing alternate and direct currents at their source. You remember that news story that broke some time ago and then was hushed up about the amateur radio operator in Kansas who was stopping automobiles and streetcars and electrical appliances for miles around with some sort of radio beam?
Oh, yeah. What about it?
Well, a large-scale model of that device has been installed aboard the dirigible. It's to be tested as a combat weapon in a mock attack on the Pacific coast. If I only knew what I'm supposed to do aboard that dirigible.
Well, didn't Garvey even give you a hint?
No, he told me he'd give me my instructions just before we shoved off. I'm afraid it'll be too risky to try to contact you at the field.
Well, send me a radiogram.
We're sailing under war orders, radio banned except for emergencies.
Well, write me a letter.
No, not even a postcard. Say, are you sure this is packed according to regulations?
I even gave you ukulele in case you felt musical.
How do you like that? What about our two prisoners?
Incommunicado as you ordered. The coppers buried the dame out in the sticks, and Otto's in the police hospital. I'm afraid he's gonna live. Old Otto can't take it.
Okay, goodbye, Gabby.
Good luck, Prez. So long.
He's about ready to take off. Hadn't you better tell me what I'm supposed to do on board?
You are to contact a man named Rumford.
Member of the crew?
Secretary to Dr. Finchley.
The League of Nations guy.
That is all I am permitted to tell you, but Mr. Rumford will explain everything else, so goodbye and good luck.
Thanks.
Commander Wayne, how are you? And you, Lieutenant. Glad we're going to be shipmates again.
Thank you, sir. The feeling is mutual.
I would like to present Dr. Finchley and his secretary, Mr. Rumford.
How do you do?
Will be my guest on the flight.
Okay, sailor.
Beg pardon, sir. What is it, sailor? Steve Cole, Seaman First Class, reporting for duty.
Okay, go aboard.
Position aft.
800 pounds light, sir.
Position forward.
12 pounds light, sir.
pains in there. Listen to my heart, will you, Doc?
Sure.
Hey, wait a minute. What are you doing?
Inertia projector. Yes, Doctor. And wait till you see it in action. It not only makes the United States invincible in war, but in so doing promises to become the greatest force for world peace ever discovered.
Which is the hope and prayer of all thinking people, regardless of race, creed, or government.
Oh, you haven't met the inventor, have you, Dr. Finchley?
No.
Mr. Hayden.
How do you do, Doctor? Doctor, if you'll just observe this finder here. Pardon me. Well, Rumford, did you get my glasses? I left them in our cabin.
Yes, sir.
With the aid of these twin telescopes, we're able to bring about a centralized focus of the ray.
Seaman Co. to check the electrical equipment, sir.
Come in.
So you're Seaman Co.
685 to you, sir.
Is it the custom to call sailors by number on this ship?
No, but maybe this will make it clear.
What an odd design. Who sent you?
321.
Cigarette?
Thanks.
I'm familiar with your work. That's why I asked 321 to get you for this job.
What do you want me to do?
Destroy this dirigible.
When?
When we land at Sunnyvale after the war maneuvers. Can you do it?
Yeah. What do I get?
$50,000 if you destroy the ship.
I see. Is that the only objective?
For you, yes. If I need any help with my plans, I'll let you know. Got to go now. I've got to take Finchley's glasses to him.
When can I see you again? About 8 o'clock. I'll soon be standing the after watch.
Good. I'll expect you then.
Something's happened. Otto is back there in your office.
Otto.
They got Hilda. I got away. Swinko's a phony.
I will take care of him. You must get away from here, quick. Take Otto to Galbo's and get him a doctor. I must get a message to the dirigible to prevent Rumford giving everything away to the feds.
Hello, Mason. Hello, Mason. Sunnyvale calling Mason. Hello, Mason.
Calling Sunnyvale. Mason, calling Sunnyvale. Calling Sunnyvale.
Emergency Navy order 8284. War maneuvers postponed on account of storm.
Advise Sunnyvale, we'll await their instructions.
Aye, aye, sir.
Commander Wayne, reports will ride out storm and await your instructions to land.
Okay, Mason. Stand by to take emergency message relayed from Los Angeles.
Go ahead, Sunnyvale.
To R.G. Rumford, Air Admiral William A. Winfield.
Come in.
Radiogram for you, Mr. Rumford.
Thank you.
far south as Mazatlan. What is your position, Mason? We're about 100 miles south of San Francisco and 20 miles off Point Sur Lighthouse. Can we make landing at Sunnyvale? Wind velocity here 30 knots. Storm increasing. You cannot land.
Trouble been carried away and we're nosing up. Bring it to an even keel.
I'm trying, sir, but the elevators seem to be jammed.
Stand by to drop all ballast there. Pass the word along, stand by the fuel tank. Aye, aye, sir. Release all gasoline, water, oil, clothing, everything that weighs. Order the crew forward to help weigh the nose down.
Aye, sir.
What's our altitude? 3280. 3270. We're dropping fast, sir. About 400 feet a minute. 3 aftercells carried away, sir. Prescott, send out an SOS, casualty in position.
Aye, aye, sir.
Is it that bad, Wayne? Yes, sir, it is.
SOS. Mason, calling Sunnyvale. SOS. Hello, Mason. Hello, Mason. Sunnyvale, getting your SOS.
You better get that lifebelt on.
Reverse motors and stand by for a crash.
Reverse motors and stand by for a crash.
Prepare to abandon ship. Crew at stations, abandon ship.
Thanks, Ronald, for saving my portfolio.
Come on, hurry, Doctor.
Crashed, sir.
What? Order all ships to location of crash and stand by to pick up survivor.
Aye, aye, sir.
Good luck, Finchley. You too, sir.
Good luck, Commander.
Happy landing, Dayton.
Commander J.F. Wayne, Lieutenant C.O. Bell, George Hayden, B.C. Finchley, R.G. Rumford. He is okay.
What about Cole?
Believe missing. Dennis Grady, William Gordon, Steve Cole. He's amongst the missing, all right.
How's he getting on, Doc? Surprisingly well, considering the exposure and injuries he suffered. Did you release Mrs. Swinko?
Yeah. Hargrave's men tailed her to a house in Glendale. They tapped the phone wires and were about to listen in when I came away.
Do you think she suspected it was a frame?
No. She thought she was let out because of insufficient evidence.
If you're ready, my car is at your disposal.
Thank you, sir. You've been a charming host under very trying conditions.
Thank you. Captain Riddell, how is Seaman Cole getting along?
Very nicely. He's beginning to show some sign of returning consciousness.
That's good news. Convey my wishes for his speedy recovery.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Oh, hello, Rumford. I've just left the hospital. Listen closely. 685 He's still alive.
Svenko is still alive. He has been rescued. Still unconscious, huh?
Yeah, but he's coming out of it. That means we've got to scatter quick. Have you got a getaway plan?
I have a plane ready to take off at a moment's notice. You will go to our emergency meeting place and I will pick you up there. Goodbye. We will have to scatter until the danger blows over. It will be every man for himself, except me. I have to get Rumford across the border with the plans. Now remember, there cannot pin anything on us, so take it easy. Do not all leave at once.
Well, say, Chief, what if the feds turned Hilda loose to put the finger on us?
I have thought of that. So you will take my car and I will go on foot.
Where am I?
Take it easy, pal. You're in the Navy Hospital in San Pedro.
Oh, Gabby, am I glad to see you. I thought I was dead and in heaven.
Then you saw me and you knew you couldn't be.
Chief, what are you doing here?
That's easy. I heard you were in a wreck. Came on to see about it.
Hey, did Finchley's secretary get rescued?
Well, he just left here with the Admiral and Finchley.
Well, don't let him get away. He's got the plans for the inertia projector.
Is that the guy you were supposed to contact on the dirigible?
Yeah, he tried to kill me. Almost did.
Finchley isn't mixed up in it, is he?
No, he doesn't suspect that Rumford's the head of the spy ring.
Okay. Brass has done his work. We're just starting ours. Come on, Gabby.
Hey, wait a minute. If you think you're going to go out and make a pinch while I'm lying here after that guy sapped me from behind, you're crazy.
Hello? Oh, yes, just a moment. Mr. Saxby, Mr. Hargrave's for you.
Thanks. Hello, Hargrave. Yeah, you got us just in time.
Lucky I did. Your birds are getting ready to fly. No, Rumford didn't show up. He phoned them. They've got a getaway plane waiting at some airport, so we're covering them all.
Whatever you do, don't let them give you the slip. We got to nab Rumford.
Well, that's why we didn't raid his place in Glendale, but we're tailing them. Go ahead, Doyle. Wait a minute. Here's a report now.
Stand by.
Hello, Chief. The boys just picked up 6 of them at the Union Depot, but Garvey wasn't with them.
Then he's picking up Rumford someplace and heading for one of the airports. We'll take the air and back you up. Garvey and Rumford are trying to make a getaway by plane. Come on.
Hey, Chief, why don't we get Hayden on his projector? We might need it.
Good idea, Gabby. We'll do that.
I circled the airport to make sure. We caught them unprepared before they had time to charter a plane.
There it is! Gabby! Gabby!
I thought you said they wouldn't follow us. There's 2 of them on our tail.
Do not get excited. They have not got us yet.
He wants us to turn on our radio.
Can you hear me, Garvey?
Yes, go ahead.
Turn around and sit down at Glendale. You're under arrest.
Why? I have not broken the law.
You're aiding and abetting the escape of an alien spy by the name of Rumford. Turn back at once.
Okay, officer. You're not going to surrender, are you?
Not this year. Let them have it.
Focus that inertia projector on him and let him have it.
Goodbye, Mr. Hayden. Thanks again for your cooperation and lots of luck with your new invention.
Thank you, sir.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Hi, Dolly! You're not going to get away from me this time. I wired ahead for a preacher, and he's waiting for us at the hotel. Come on.
Gabby, where are you going?
I'm going to be married and away on my honeymoon.
No, you can't do that. I'm sending you and Brass to Seattle on a new assignment.
Sorry, Chief, you have to count me out. I'm going with Dolly. Step on it, bud.
Well, what are you going to do now? I'm going to save him for the service. Hayden.
Yes, sir?
Use your projector. Stop that cab.
Yes, sir.
The car stopped.
What happened, bud?
I don't know. The motor stopped dead on me.
Turn it off! Turn it off!
What's the matter?
Ah, you just can't get away from the Secret Service. There's no use trying. Goodbye, baby.
Gabby! 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 Come back here!
My dear Watson, as I read this letter, I see that we have been called upon to take a trip across the pond, to assist that jolly old chap, our old friend, Randall Schaefer, in solving yet another murder mystery.
Do you mean to say we're off to America? It's a big country.
Precisely.
What on earth are you talking about?
You know my methods, Watson? How often have I said to you, that when you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth. There is nothing more deceptive as an obvious fact, so we must be on our way.
You amaze me, Holmes.
And to our viewing audience, be sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share this video, and leave us your highly appreciated comments in the comment section. Right here on Hastings Mystery Theater.